In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use Lightroom Generative AI the right way, even though Lightroom Desktop does not have Photoshop-style generative fill. Instead, Lightroom gives you powerful AI tools that can still save you a huge amount of time. You can remove distractions, select subjects automatically, target backgrounds and skies, and make fast, professional-looking edits without doing everything manually. If this tutorial helps, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe for more easy editing tutorials. Let's jump right in. First, let's clear up one important thing. If you're using Lightroom Desktop, especially the cloud version, you do get AI-powered features, but not full generative AI like Photoshop's generative fill. That means Lightroom is built more for smart editing than creating brand new content from scratch. But honestly, for a lot of everyday photo fixes, it is more than enough. Now let's start with the first tool, AI Remove. This is the closest thing to a generative style fill in Lightroom. To use it, open your photo in Lightroom Desktop, then look for the Remove tool. It usually has a Band-Aid style icon. Click that tool and then choose Remove, not Heal or Clone. That part matters because Remove tells Lightroom to automatically fill in the area based on the surroundings. Next, brush over the object you want to get rid of. This could be a person walking through the frame, a wire in the sky, trash on the ground, or any small distraction that takes attention away from your subject. Once you paint over it, Lightroom will analyze the image and automatically blend in the background. In many cases, it does a really clean job with very little effort from you. If the first result is not perfect, don't worry. You can adjust the brush and try again, or cover a smaller area for a better fill. This is especially useful for cleaning up backgrounds, removing random objects, and making your photo look more polished without needing advanced editing skills. Now let's move to the second big AI feature, subject and background selection. This is where Lightroom really speeds things up. Click on Masking, which is usually shown with a circle icon. From there, you'll see options like Select Subject, Select Background, and Select Sky. If you want to edit the person or main object in your photo, choose Select Subject. Lightroom will automatically detect the subject for you. Once it creates the mask, you can adjust things like exposure, contrast, shadows, highlights, clarity, or color to make the subject stand out more. For example, you might brighten the person while keeping the background darker for a more dramatic look. If you want the opposite, choose Select Background. This lets you edit everything behind the subject without affecting the main focus of the photo. A common use for this is softening or blurring the background, reducing distractions, or changing the mood of the entire scene. You can also lower exposure or saturation to make your subject pop more. Another useful option is Select Sky. This is great for landscape photos and outdoor shots. Lightroom can detect the sky automatically, which makes it easy to darken a bright sky, bring out clouds, or adjust color for a more cinematic look. If the sky is too bright or washed out, this one tool can instantly improve the photo. So if you're asking how to use Lightroom Generative AI, the real answer is to use these AI-powered tools to work smarter, not harder. Use Remove to clean up unwanted objects. Use Select Subject to enhance your main subject. Use Select Background to control the scene behind it. And use Select Sky to improve outdoor images fast. A quick tip, after every AI edit, zoom in and check the details. Lightroom usually does a great job, but small touch-ups can make the result even better. The more you practice, the faster you'll get at choosing the right tool for the right photo. And that's how you use Lightroom's AI features the easy way. If this video helped, please hit the like button, subscribe for more tutorials, and let me know in the comments what software you want to learn next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.